Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Of course, we're going to be talking about the F1 controversy after Max Verstappen's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix win.
And after that, we'll be talking about school days to get longer from January 2022.
A UK reality star was stopped at DXB for having an adult toy in her luggage.
And Harvey praises the UAE on showing tolerance towards all once again.
I love all those videos of praise towards the UAE. And we're also going to be talking about the celebs who are at F1. So much coming up in this show. We have an absolute belter. However, before we get to it all... Shahir's back! Come in, say hello. Shahir's our producer. Oh, not now? Not yet?
Hey guys, I'm back.
If you've been a long time fan of this show, you'll know that Shahir has not been actually involved. But recently, Shahir is our producer, and you were away for how long?
2.5 weeks.
And he was much missed.
He only got a week's leave, but of course, because it's Shahir.
He swindled it, went back to Oman, got his vaccination, got your coffee table books, got your clothes.
Yes.
Because you know when you move to the UAE the first time, you don't bring everything, and you're like, I wish I had this, I wish I had this. We heard about Shahir's things that he wished he had the whole time.
Yeah,
and now,
coffee table books.
coffee table books. He was like, my apartment, is it complete now? We're good?
I need posters. I need like...
Oh my god! Doesn't stop.
Posters.
How you got your what is it? It's an Oman thing. Frankincense,
Yep.
your orange light,
You know
new clothes. He doesn't wear the same Augustus shirt every time.
Are we going to be invited over soon now that your apartment's ready?
when I move it to the next one.
When is that?
That'll be the day.
Okay, so no invite.
You know what? Let's just move
Ali
on.
doesn't want to hang out with us. Shahir doesn't want to hang out with us.
We want to hang out. I don't want to get into it.
Let's jump into our top stories. We are, of course, talking about everything Grand Prix, especially F1 fans who are completely split over Max Verstappen's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix win. What a season it has been. Last night was the end of the F1 season. It will go down in history as one of the most memorable seasons and races of all time. But the drama, guys, is not over yet. The controversial ending to the F1 season comes after on-track car stoppage of Antonio Giovinazzi, hitting pause on the track as the safety car forced to stop. Max Verstappen stopped for some fresh tyres. And it's just all this kind of little things. And there's some questionable calls, maybe. Well, that's what Mercedes team are saying. Then Nicolas Lafty, he crashed out on the lap 53 of 58, forcing a full safety car. So lap cars weren't allowed to overtake behind the safety car, which served as an advantage for Lewis Hamilton. However, the eventual safety car ended with some lapped cars allowed to pass it, putting Verstappen directly behind Hamilton, and he eventually caught up and managed to take the lead, but not without some questionable swerving that saw him pass the finish line with a 2.256 second lead. The Red Bull team are absolutely thrilled. We saw him celebrate. Everyone is celebrating. But if you watched it yesterday, even the commentary was like, was that a win? There's going to be some questions over that. There was some swerving. That should be a 5-second. Potentially, that's a 5-second add-on to his time. So much drama with a sport that I've never really watched that much. And then this year, it seems to be all everyone's talking about.
That is so messed up, honestly. I mean, like, messed up for Lewis Hamilton fans, but for Max, like, amazing. Brilliant.
Brilliant, yeah.
Questionable, but brilliant.
Well, if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, look, he's obviously the GOAT at the moment with, what is it, 8? Was he going for 8 wins or was it 7?
8 wins.
And the Mercedes team were obviously not happy with the results. We saw Toto Wolff, who is the Mercedes, I think he's the boss there. He called in and he's clearly unhappy with the decision. And future Mercedes driver George Russell, he jumped onto Twitter saying it's just not acceptable. I respect Max, but what happened on the track today was not acceptable. However, Max is claiming that victory on Twitter. He's super duper excited. He said he's been racing with his dad since he was young and he just cannot believe it. It's unbelievable. So Red Bull are taking that win. They're celebrating. They're happy. By the way, the orange supporters dressed in orange for Max down in Abu Dhabi Grand Prix yesterday, you guys really took over. Everyone said it was very much a Max crowd. Bit of booing for Lewis, I must say, what I heard. And then obviously...
Don't do that, guys. That's just so not, like, it's not in the sportsman spirit. Don't do that.
Don't do that. And there will be some questions over it, but I mean, in terms of an F1 season, the drama, the highs, the lows, and a new world champion is finally crowned. So congratulations to Max Verstappen.
And Nico Hülkenberg totally predicted this, by the way.
Tell us more.
That's it. Okay, see, there's no more I know about this, but like always, I asked him like, who do you think is gonna win the F1 races this year? And he's like, you know what? Like it is the time of the underdog from all of the recent matches we've seen over like different sporting events. So maybe Max will take home the crown. So I'm just like, nah, Lewis. But Max won. And
so you're a Lewis fan?
I am a Lewis fan. He's vegan, just like such an amazing role model, 7-time champion. Come on. He's got the style.
Anything about his Anything about his racing that you like?
Racing. Racing. He's a good racer.
He's good, yeah. I'd say he's all right.
But you know what? I saw on a show like with these races, you always have to look back and check out the the cameras, the internal cameras, like the race car cameras, and see like what went wrong. Did something go wrong? Like always question the results. Always question the results.
So there's gonna be a lot of questioning after this one.
Maybe, probably, and who knows? The winner might be recrowned.
Oh, that would be devastating. I don't even want to think about that. It was like the winner of a marathon, and then it turns out that it was like before the finish. That's someone. No, I could not even bear to think that after that celebration, becoming world champion, for it to be taken away. I just couldn't even.
Oh, that
would
is
be
really
emotional torture.
Very true, very true.
Think about it.
It's like you have that high, right? You hang on to it, and then if you lose it, no, it's just horrible. Yeah,
it's just not worth thinking about. However, a fabulous end to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. End of the F1 season for the year, and as we know, the F1 has been accepted to go back to Abu Dhabi for 10 more years. It's been extended, which means we have 10 more years of drama, and I do think that F1 is having a moment, and thanks to some Netflix shows, and also it's just it's trending. A lot of people are talking about it, so we have more to come. But let's jump into something closer to home that Dubai people are talking about.
So speaking of highs and lows, students had the highs of like 4-day school week, but now just more the low news is dropping in. Now school days to get longer from January 2022. Now buckle up, parents, students and teachers, because things are heading for another shift in the upcoming year. So from work from home season and remote studying to in-person learning, now a switch in the weekends. So the weekends will fall on Saturday and Sunday with a 4.5-day working week, and schoolgoers and teachers will have to start prepping for longer school days. Now, the decision to change the work week will go into effect starting January 1st, 2022 on a federal level, and schools are expected to extend the day by 60 to 90 minutes to make up for the Friday half day and ensure that they progress through the curriculum. And at this point, it appears as if schools will be setting out their own independent timetables to accommodate the weekend shift in order to cover the syllabus as planned. Now, parents are expecting the loss of about 6 hours of school time on Friday to be made up through other modes. However, some parents are expressing objections over their kids staying in schools for like an extended period of time. So it's a lot of double-mindedness about this, and people are just, I think collectively, like all stakeholders are just like, how do we go about this in a way that's it just makes sense for everyone. But you really can't please everyone in this kind of situation. And then some people are asking if there'll be a reduction in school fees, and schools are kind of combating this by like, okay, we're going to have longer school hours.
Exactly. And also to fit in because the whole point about a school system is that you have a curriculum that you're finishing. So if it's a 40-hour curriculum and then you need to scale that back with a half day, then yes, add another hour potentially. But like you said, there's people will be kind of reticent to change because change is coming, especially in the school system. But just because it's changed, just because we've been used to something doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah, true.
And I would much rather give my kids 4.5 days than 5 days because I know it's what I would want.
But like just the longer school hours, like it's like, plus if you do extracurricular activities, you're practically in school the whole day. Because I remember when I did extracurricular activities, I was anyway in school the whole day. Like, you know, from 3 to 4, sometimes it would go until 5, 6, depending on the projects, depending on the like exactly what class you're taking. So it's really like tricky. And now that students have the liberty of going and doing internships and starting work earlier with the new rules and regulations that were introduced this year, it's like, you know, another tricky thing. It's like, oh, the school days have extended, but you get that extra day off. Not that extra day off, like you get, you know, on Fridays you have like half the day. So it's like, you've really got to manage your time so well.
You know who I really don't envy? Is the school management systems, because you can't make everyone happy. And if it's the case, because the parents, because if it's the case that the schools have to make their own agenda, they have to make their own schedule, and you have, because it's what suits you and your family, right? And if something doesn't suit me, then I'm probably going to choose a school based on a time schedule that suits my family's time schedule. So trying to actually work around parents, because I mentioned in the show the last day that I met a parent who she was excited about the change of the weekend, but at the same time she has to deal with the schooling system changing, and she's in the public sector versus private sector, or vice versa. So not easy to have to make everyone happy. And like you said, you can't make everyone happy, especially when everyone has different calendars.
Calendars and different things they just want out of the schools. And their kids. Just life. And
then your kids, you have to make them happy. That's a whole other thing. It's what the parents want versus what the kids want. But if you are a teacher, if you are a parent, let us know what your schools are planning, if it's been discussed, because as we know, this is coming into effect it's coming into effect 1st of January 2022. The systems will change, so schools will have their first ever school day on a Monday. What's this?
Are you getting nervous?
Kind of.
Next year? Like Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I think, well, I'm just going back to what I had.
Oh, yeah.
I'll slide back into it. But yeah, it's a whole change for what? How long has it been since 2006?
2006.
On that note, a UK reality star was stopped at DXB for having an adult toy in her luggage. The UK reality star was stopped by security this weekend after her hand luggage was found to contain an adult pleasure toy. She and her friend both landed at DXB, but it seems it was not so smooth sailing for the reality show star, as what she contained in her luggage, what she had in her luggage, was actually forbidden. So she was halted at the airport and she needed to plead her case before she was allowed to continue because of what was found in her bag. And this is according to an Instagram post. So you're aware of the laws behind it. Adult toys are prohibited in the UAE, and bringing them into the country is also forbidden. The products fall under pornographic material.
Now, importing or the use of pornographic material in any form at all is completely illegal, and pornography is defined as content that is against public morals, and importing pornography into the UAE is illegal. Videos, books, and magazines may be subject to scrutiny and may be censored according to the UK travel advice to the UAE statement. And I mean, like, honestly, if you're going into any country, the first thing people do, it's like always checking up on the rules and regulations and the culture of that country, and then abiding by it. So it's just like, you know, basic courtesy to any other country that you're stepping into that's not your own.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just one of those, look, she hasn't been arrested. In this case, she was allowed to travel through, which is amazing. But like you said, exactly, it's just worth being aware of the cultural norms in different countries that you're traveling to. And we have an attorney here, Ludmilla, who actually has done a quick, brief update on the use of adult toys in the UAE. So we'll just... but like you said, exactly, that's me.
It's just worth being aware.
It's not Ludmilla.
Are you a lawyer?
Am I? I could be.
I think so.
No, sorry, Mom.
She
not a lawyer.
asks the hard-hitting questions.
We'll pop it on.
Known as pleasure toys are not allowed in the UAE. This includes use, possession, trading, or selling of such objects. Notably, this means that ordering such objects through the internet or any other digital means is also illegal. The penalties can include a fine, jail sentence, and deportation, depending on the extent of the activities.
Okay, so you could be looking at a fine, deportation, jailing, depending on the extent of activities, and importing or bringing them in is illegal. But it looks like, thankfully, she just got a slap on the wrist. It wasn't too severe in any way, shape, or form. But like you said, exactly, just be aware of cultural norms when you're traveling. It's like if we're traveling, we're going to be aware of where you're going. Right now, I'm looking more at COVID cases rather than cultural norms. But you just need to be aware when you're going somewhere. So.
Yeah, very true. But I have to say, this lawyer, she literally, like, if you check out her pages, she gives information on like any question you can possibly have about the UAE laws and any loopholes, anything. She really puts, like, just lays it down so like, you know, just the rules for dummies, like, it's so
100%.
understandable.
Exactly, and it's super. If you want to find her, it's Ludmila Yamalova, and it's basically, she has the big titles based on what she's talking about. So, for example, the new weekend in Dubai, and new UAE minimum wage, remote work visa, and they're listed quite clearly, so you can find it easily.
Without the jargons.
Exactly.
That you just won't understand if you're anyone like me. Moving on.
She's just joking.
Did you want to talk about the official Twitter of the UAE? Oh, sorry, no, I want to talk about that. Guys, so this is like really nice news, because we've seen Steve Harvey just come out and speak about the UAE before, and he is doing it once again. So the official Twitter of UAE Embassy in the US shared a video of American television and radio presenter, actor, author, businessman, and former stand-up comedian Steve Harvey on December 10th, where the multi-talented personality could be seen doting over the UAE once again, as he did before. And this time around, Harvey praised the country's warmth and inclusivity, expressing that I've never seen a place like it. I think everybody should go there and experience it for themselves, adding that you won't believe the warmth of the culture. Now, previously, Steve Harvey shared a video talking about the UAE's accomplishments in an interview with Channel 4 Dubai on the occasion of the Dubai's 50th anniversary. So it's just, I mean, every time, that too with his voice, you say anything, it sounds just so preachy. But like, just hearing him speak of the UAE, like of the place where we live, where we can relate, it's just, it gives you goosebumps.
It really does. And it's speaking about the vision that we've spoke about before, and now he's talking about the warmth and the culture. It gives you pride too.
Very
because
true.
it's not always, whenever I remember, like when celebrities would come to Ireland when I was younger, and if they would say nice things, I'd be like, oh. But in this case, I feel like it's a step beyond that.
Yeah.
It was the same with Swizz Beatz, who just won a Man of the Year award with GQ, and he spoke about we all say how amazing the country is, or the UAE and the region is, but we need to give back. And it's kind of like just acknowledging how incredible the region really is, and how much we have like leveled up, and how so many international people are here, and we're all kind of reaping the rewards, but sometimes we need to give back as well. So that was kind of another segue. But yeah, so many celebrities here at the moment, so many people enjoying it. And yeah, Steve Harvey, as always, is a big fan.
Oh my God,
how many big fans are there? There's like Steve
Dubai,
Harvey,
Will Smith,
he's like numero uno. All the sports stars that come in.
Yeah.
But who's here a lot? Like,
Shah Rukh Khan, Bollywood star, Hollywood. Oh my God, like so many.
And when Foo Fighters cancelled, you're kind of thinking, okay, who's going to take over? Who's in town? And then you're like, everyone's in town. It's like Alicia Keys is in town, Martin Garrix is in town, David Guetta is in town. He was DJ Snake is in town. Like, there is so many. So probably not a hard job. Definitely a hard job.
But like you said, it's so true. Like, just what you said on the level of like the pride, and the UAE is made out of like a percentage of expats and the leadership and the locals. So it's like you have been a part in making the country what it is. So it's like you said, yeah, it is a moment of pride, like when celebrities come and talk such beautiful things of the country and the city and just the people. It's like we are the people. You are the people.
We are the people. And I think especially as residents, Ali is nodding his head in agreement.
Wow, that's rare.
Weren't you?
It's a geographical cocktail, I would say.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good phrase. Stealing that. I'm gonna like, I'll have a random article today. I'll be like, geographical cocktail. It's great. I love it. It's because it's like everyone calls it a cultural melting pot, but this is the new one, geographical cocktail.
When you go out to a restaurant next time, I'll have a geographical cocktail. tail? No, just keep it to the articles.
Who knows? Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. Did you notice smooth sailing? We're so excited to have you here back. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. We're live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube,
TikTok.
TikTok. We're live on it all, and we love to read your comments after the show. Bye bye.
Bye.